The NFL has seen its fair share of fierce warriors who instill terror in their opponents. These are the most brutal NFL players of all time. They were a special breed, known for their bone-crushing hits and unrelenting aggression. Starting our list, we have Dick Butkus, a name that sent shivers down the spines of every opponent. His brutal defense was an embodiment of old-school football. It wasn't just his tackling, it was his unyielding spirit. Butkus lived and breathed the game, and his love for brutal hits was unparalleled. During a pivotal game against a fierce rival, Butkus found himself playing with a broken hand. Most players would have opted to sit out, but not Butkus. With one arm virtually useless, he intercepted a pass, proving that nothing could keep him from dominating on the field. This moment defined him as not just a brutal player, but a relentless warrior. Jack Lambert was the heart and soul of the legendary Steel Curtain defense. His ruthless, hard-hitting style made him a Steelers icon. One of the most iconic images of his career is the sight of Lambert, toothless and snarling. In a game against the Denver Broncos, he lost his forefront teeth, but that didn't deter him. His brutal intensity was on full display in that game. In his first career game, a young John Elway found himself up against Lambert's Steelers. Elway would later recall his thoughts, saying, "He had no teeth, and he was slobbering all over himself. I'm thinking, you can have your money back. Just get me out of here. I can't tell you how badly I wanted to get out of there." Nicknamed the Assassin, Jack Tatum was infamous for his ruthless hits. The most notorious event was the 1978 preseason game, where he delivered a hit so brutal that it paralyzed Patriots wide receiver Darryl Stingley. It was an incident that left a stain on Tatum's legacy and the NFL's history. Tatum's hits were known to push the boundaries, often venturing into the grey area of legality. His approach to the game was unapologetic, and it often led to heated debates about player safety. Nevertheless, Tatum remained an iconic figure, representing an era of hard-hitting football that defined a generation. Lawrence Taylor redefined the outside linebacker position and delivered one of the most iconic hits in NFL history. In a 1985 Monday Night Football game, Taylor changed the game forever. As the Redskins attempted a flea flicker, Taylor saw right through the trickery and pounced on QB Joe Theismann. The hit was so catastrophic that it resulted in Theismann's career-ending leg injury, and the entire sport took notice. His dominance on the field inspired a new era of offensive and defensive strategies. Ray Lewis was a force of nature. His pre-game entrance was a spectacle, a declaration of war. His hits were bone-crushing, and opponents knew what awaited them. Lewis's most brutal hits often came when he wasn't even looking. Chad Ochocinco, a former Bengals wide receiver, learned this the hard way. In an attempt to exact revenge for Lewis's numerous hits, Ochocinco delivered a blindside shot. Lewis, seemingly unfazed, leveled Ochocinco to the ground. Ochocinco later admitted, "He wasn't looking and still ran through me."
I didn't even know.
You know that was me? I was trying to knock your head off.
Listen what's funny. Listen what's real funny. I didn't feel you. See, you think I'm playing.
So don't do me like that.
So when I saw the play, I was like, wow, I did not know that.
Lewis was not only a bone crusher, but a defensive mastermind. His ability to intimidate opponents and lead by example made him one of the game's most feared defenders. Reggie White combined superhuman strength with unparalleled speed. His ability to overpower offensive linemen was legendary. An example of his freakish strength was a play where he effortlessly tossed a 320-pound lineman aside. The sight of a massive man being thrown with such ease was something even the NFL had never witnessed before. White was a force of nature, a player whose presence demanded double teams and strategic planning from opposing offenses. He didn't just play, he dominated every game he entered, making him one of the most feared defensive players in history. Earl Campbell was a powerhouse running back, combining speed and strength like no other. Opponents often underestimated his speed, but when they attempted to tackle him, they learned of his immense power. One unforgettable moment was during a head-on collision with Rams All-Pro linebacker Isaiah Robertson. The impact left Robertson flat on his back. Campbell's punishing style left an indelible mark on the NFL. He wasn't just a runner, he was a human wrecking ball. And his career rushing yards per game record still stands. Steve Atwater was a safety renowned for his hard-hitting style of play. One moment that defined his reputation was a bone-jarring tackle that occurred during a game. Atwater patrolled the middle of the field like a vigilant guardian, and his hits left a lasting impression on wide receivers and tight ends. His physicality was a game-changer for the safety position, and opponents always had to keep an eye on him. Ronnie Lott demonstrated unwavering dedication and toughness. One astonishing example of his commitment came when he chose to have his finger amputated on the sideline rather than miss 2 months due to surgery. This act of loyalty to his teammates remains one of the most iconic moments in NFL history, highlighting his fearless nature and his determination to play through pain. These legendary players weren't just athletes, they were titans of brutality. Their intimidating presence and unforgettable moments continue to echo through the annals of football history. Their stories are a testament to the fierce spirit of competition that defines the NFL. If you enjoyed this journey through the lives of the NFL's most brutal players, be sure to subscribe for more thrilling content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.